Right, welcome to the stream. Scenario 6 of the League of Extraordinary Investigators, Season 2. We are about to dive into the Pallid Mask. Hello. Right, quick recap where we are. Yorick started the campaign, died relatively quickly. In fact, he went insane after failing multiple scenarios, only performing well in one. He went insane in the asylum. Patrice stepped in and took over. And in the last scenario, Phantom of Truth, she was defeated and earned a solitary XP, which I have spent on, just because I haven't tried them out yet. I've forgotten her name, the Catwoman, the cat. I have cats. So Patrice is Crazy Cat Lady this week. There's my chaos bag. Because I failed in the last scenario, the tokens have been swapped out for elder things. I have one mental trauma from the last scenario, and the quick campaign notes. The stranger is onto me. I destroyed the Oath Speaker. The king claimed its victims. I did not escape the gaze of the phantom, and as a result, for this scenario, I awake inside the catacombs. So I will just finish the setup now that the stream is online, just so that I'm not accused of doing anything untoward, which at my part, being in the bottom 3 of the table. Right, so I'm taking 3 catacombs and the 2 blocked passage and tomb of shadows, mushing them all together. How difficult it is to shuffle 5 cards. So I'm trying to do it to make sure I can't see it on the stream either. There you go. So there's the bottom 5, and these become the rest. And I did choose that one at random before the stream started, honest. So there is my Catacombs deck. I've already shuffled my encounter card deck. I've already shuffled my player deck. That's the word, player. Right, so shall we get to it? I have not prepared, I have not practiced, I have only ever played this scenario once in a group of 4. So let's read the blurb, shall we? So we did not escape the gaze of the phantom, so we read intro 1. We are stirred awake by dirty stale air and dust in our throat. We are lying on a slab of cold stone inside a lightless underground passageway. How did you get here, and where is here exactly? A shiver courses up your body and your hair stands on end. Rising to your feet, you take stock of your surroundings. Bones decorate the wall ceiling around you. Open-mouthed squalls peering back at you everywhere you look. So we awoke inside the catacombs. Ishimaru Hiroku was not interviewed, so we skip to setup. So I've done the setup, picked the 4, I've done the catacombs, I awoke inside the catacombs, that's my starting location, created the catacombs deck, we begin play at the starting location, and I haven't got my character out token that I like to use. Yeah. Go on at the camera a little bit. Right, I think we're good to go. I need to just deal my opening hand. So, catacombs, I will reveal that in a second once I've done my opening hand. We have all the excitement. Impromptu barrier can be played from my discard pile. Peter Sylvester, yes. Mists of Bleu, so that will boost my evasions. Miss Doyle, hello cat lady. And prophesy. Prophesy. Tomato, tomato. Potato, potato, as they say intelligently. Well, there are 3 or more Doom in play. Prophecy gains a question mark. There are 6 or more gains 2. I think I'm going to ditch that. It's no good yet. I think I'm going to, because I wanted to play cats, I'm going to keep Miss Doyle. Impromptu barrier will boost evade. Peter will be useful. So I'm going to keep the two. Hang on, I haven't got charisma, have I? So I can't have them both. Ooh, decisions. Right, what do my cats do again? I have one that evades at 5, one that fights at 5, one that books at 5, which are my 3 lower skills. So they're all fast card. So it's okay, so right. So I can, if he's ready, I can exhaust or discard him, and if I discard him, I can play the other cats from my discard pile. Okay, one of the other cats. And it's a random choice of the first cat. Okay. Let's see what I actually get then. 1, 2, a defiance. We don't want a weakness. Fearless. Another myths really. And deny existence. Okay, so that is our opening hand. All mystic all the time. I'll slot these in at random locations and then give it another shuffle. Just hope in my head it means they don't come together, but we know it doesn't work like that. Okay, so we have our opening hand. We can reveal our opening location. Forced, when the gate to hell is revealed, put the top 2 catacombs in the deck into play above and below. Arrête, c'est ici l'empire de la mort. I think that's stop. This is the kingdom of the dead, something like that. And we have 2 closes. And I have a massive shroud of 1. Okay, so first action. Get a cat lady in play. Search my bonded cards for Hope, Zeal and Augur. Randomly choose 1 to put into play and shuffle the other 2 into your deck. We have Zeal. It's multiplying. Right. So I have Zeal in play. It does say put into play, doesn't it? So I don't have to pay the 1 because it automatically goes into play, but I guess I play the 1 when I play the others from my hand. So I can now fight with a base value of 5 once per turn. Oh, and I can discard him to be automatically successful. Interesting. These might be fun. Right, that's action 1. Action 2. Shall we get investigating? Have I got anything here for investigating, or am I just committing? Well, I'm a 2 on a 1, so we're going to throw in a defiance. I will choose Elder Thing as the token. So I'm going in with a 3 on a 1. Well, that's a good start. I like to view the first token I draw as a sign of how the game's going to go. That was supposed to be a 1. I have 1 clue for my second action. And for my third trick, let's investigate again. And we'll lob in deny existence to make it a 3 on a 1 again. Now that is spooky. Okay. That's giving me a bit of a warm fuzzy feeling, but I shouldn't do. But anyway, that's my 3 goes. No hunter enemies in play. No enemies to attack. Nothing to ready. Redraw. Discard and redraw. So I get cornered. Excellent. Reckless assault. Not really that useful yet. Another ward of protection. Prophesy. 6th sense. Okay. And a resource. Well, right, let's not get bogged down into what I'm going to do yet. Doom on the agenda. 1, I've not even read them, have I? So, Empire of the Dead. The dank, chill air of the catacombs penetrates your clothes and causes you to shiver. Everywhere you look, the remains of the dead greet you, a grim reminder of your own mortality. Each location is connected to the ones next to it. And Act 1A, through the catacombs. At the end of the long tunnel next to you, the stranger steps through the darkness, his pale mask glinting in the lamplight. Wait, you call out. He glances your way before vanishing into the shadows. Once more, you are forced to track him down to find answers. Objective: find the man in the pallid mask. He is somewhere in the catacombs. Do not advance until instructed. Encounter card, we get Quick Chill. Test head of 4, which is fine. My head is 4. I think I'm going to ward it, or shall I? I could commit both of those to it to boost it by 2. So I will be testing 6 on a 4. Yeah, I'm going to do that, 6 on a 4. It's getting its own back for the 2+1s, isn't it? Right. Choose and discard an asset I control. It's going to have to be Zeal. Yeah, sorry Zeal, you're gone. But at least it means you can come back from my discard pile later when I get another cat, or when I discard another cat. I'm not taking damage, not this early in the game. Right, action 1. 2 for cornered. Last time I played, cornered saved my life multiple times. And as a reminder, if you're not familiar with it, cornered, I can discard a card to get a +2. So even if my cards in my hand are not helping my skill, cornered will help me boost it. Perfect for Patrice. Action 2. I guess we need to get moving. Up or down? Up or down? Does it really matter? Let's go up. Action 2, move. Crypt of the Sepulchral Lamp is investigated using head instead of the skill indicated by the investigation attempt. Forced, when the crypt is revealed, put the top 2 catacombs into play above and to the right. Okay, and we have 2 clues as defined. 1, 2. Well, this is good. Investigate, sorry, Sixth Sense would be useful later on. I'm tempted to just take 2 clues, 2 resources and play that as my round, just to prepare me for later. Because then I'm going to be investigating with a base 4 everywhere. But it doesn't feel particularly efficient to do that. I mean, I'm going to be able to investigate these 4 with 4s anyway, because I investigate with head here. But I think Sixth Sense will give me more benefit in the long run. So I'm going to do that. Action 1, 2, gain a resource. Action 3, play Sixth Sense for 3. No, what am I doing? I haven't got 3 actions, have I? Because I've used 1 action to move, so I've only got 2 actions. So there's no way I can do that anyway, so let's just do 2 investigates using head, thanks to the writing on the location. I've completely lost track of where I am. So my first action, my first turn, I did 2 investigates and played Mist Oil. This turn, I played cornered, I think. I moved. So I only have 1 action left. This is my 3rd action. I think I've got that right. I have my on-screen tracker and I've not been clicking it. Still, when you're 3rd from bottom in the table, what the hell? Right. Let's do a straight investigate 4 on a 2 then. For my 3rd action, I'm doing an investigate with head. -1, so that's a pass. So I have 3 clues. And that's my turn. There are no enemies in play. Nothing to ready. Patrice discards and redraws. Yet, order protection. Last chance. Deny existence. Manual dexterity. Fearless. And again a resource. Doom. Second doom on the agenda. And an encounter. And we get Spirit's Torment, revelation attached to your location. After you leave the attached location, you must take a horror or lose an action, or I can place 1 of my clues here to discard it. I think I'm going to do that. That takes action though. Action 1, place a clue back to discard Spirit's Torment. I'm trying to avoid taking horror or lose an action. I may have to come back this way, I can't remember. Action 2, I think we just investigate. Is there anything here I want to keep? I'm doing 4 on a 2 because I'm investigating with head. Deny existence is fast when an encounter card would cause me to do something. I guess I could have used that when I was moving out, but I wouldn't be moving out. I'm going to commit that to my first test. So I'm doing 5 against 2. 5 against a 2. Elder Thing -3. That's a pass then. Third action, second test. I will commit a ward of protection. 5 against a 2 again. Load a thing again. Another pass. 4 clues. No enemies in play. No enemies to attack. Nothing to ready. Discard down. We get Run for Your Life. Sixth Sense. Might get a chance to play it this time. St. Hubert's Key. Pete. And Defiance. No. And a resource, of course. Doom and an encounter. So we are now at 3 Doom out of 6. Encounter. Corpse Dweller. Spawn. Discard a humanoid enemy at any location and spawn Corpse Dweller at that location. If there are no humanoid enemies in play, discard Corpse Dweller and it gains Surge instead. I can live with that. The shadow behind you. Put the shadow behind you in your threat area, 1 per investigator. As an action, I look behind you. At the end of your turn, if you did not perform the above ability, you must discard all your resources or discard all cards in your hand. That is a perfect treachery for Patrice because she loses all her cards every round anyway. Wow. If I'm reading that right, at the end of my turn I would discard all my cards. I would discard all my cards at the end of my turn as anyway. In upkeep. I suppose it means I don't have any cards to deal with enemy attacks or but yeah. I think that's a good thing. Okay, action 1. Let's do it. Let's pay my 3 and get Sixth Sense out, which is what I wanted to do earlier and couldn't. So, up or right? Let's add some chaos into the game. Let's add some pure randomness. We'll say 1 to 3 is up and 4 to 6 is right. 6. Is it a 6? It is a 6. So we're going right. So action 1 was playing Sixth Sense. Action 2 is moving to the right. Candlelit Tunnels. So as an action we can test Book of 3 to read an ancient sign. If you succeed, look at the revealed side of any catacombs location in play. And forced, when it's revealed, put the top 2 into play. To the left and the right. So if I remember right, if you can't place one in those locations, it whiffs, or that placement whiffs. You cannot put a location in play where an existing location already is. If you are given a choice to place a location from the Catacombs deck in one of multiple spots and one of those is occupied, you cannot choose that spot. If you must choose a spot, you must choose. If all of the specified spots are occupied, the forced effect fails. Yeah. So we go, what does it say? To the left and to the right. So we go here. It's one of those maps that's going to get really messy, isn't it? Right. So I've taken 2 actions. I've moved and I've played Sixth Sense. So we are nowhere near 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've still got 3 more to investigate before we get to the bottom 5 in the deck. Unless I bodged up and I wasn't supposed to put all of the catacombs in there. No, I was, that's fine. Right, so the checking it out isn't as important yet. It will be when we get to the last 5. So I'm just going to go and investigate. And I'm investigating using my head, thanks to Sixth Sense. So I'm doing 4 on a 3. And I'll lob in Saint-Hubert and Peter to make it 6 on a 3. What the hell, let's throw some defiance in as well. 7 on a 3. Oh, nothing in my hands. And we have a 0. I'll have one of them. Top. So I've got 5. Right, that's my 3 actions. I committed Peter, didn't I? At the end of my turn, because I didn't look behind me, I discard my cards. No enemies are in play. Nothing to ready. Nothing to redraw. And my new hand is Last Chance, the Watcher from Another Dimension. Impromptu Barrier. Run for your life. Desperate Search. Right. I'm going to be honest, I'm not 100% sure how the Watcher works, so I am bound to be incurring some penalties here. He's Peril, Hidden, Hunter. Revelation, secretly add this enemy to your hand. You may fight or evade this enemy while it is in your hand, as if it is at your location. If you succeed, discard it from your hand. If you fail, you spawn it engaged with you. Now, I read that as though you don't have to fight it in your hand. So if you don't have to fight it in your hand, it doesn't do attacks of opportunity. That's how I'm reading it. It will only start doing its attacks of opportunity when it's in play and being treated like a normal enemy. But while it's in my hand, all it's doing is taking up one of my 5 card slots. And it will attack me from my hand when my deck runs out. That's how I'm reading it. I hope that's right. But if I'm incurring penalties, I'm incurring penalties. The position I am in the table, it really doesn't matter. I can only go down. Well, I could go up, but it's very unlikely. I'm at something like 6 points, and I think the person above me in the table is at least 2 or 3 points ahead of me without having played the previous scenario, so I'm staying down. Okay, so that's my hand. I have 2 desperate cards, which I can only use if I have 3 or fewer sanity, so they are a complete waste. I have Impromptu Barrier, which I can play from my discard pile, which is a point. Have I got any others I can play from my discard pile that might come into use? I don't think I've seen one. I can play Zeal from my discard pile. Well, I can... No, I can't. Yes, I can. If I was discarding a cat, I could bring Zeal in from my discard pile. Yeah, I've not had any of those other play from discard pile types. Right. Is it worth fighting the Watcher in my hand just to get him out? My fight is only 2 though, and his fight is 5. And actually, if I fight it or evade it in my hand, and I succeed, I discard it. It only spawns engage with me if that fight fails. Can't use either of those because I'm too sane. A prompt 2 barrier would knock his evade down to 4. Which would leave me with, if I committed last chance, that would leave me with 3 cards in hand. Which means last chance has 2 pips. Again, I'm reading it that you count the cards in hand after you commit the skill, not before. Mind you, other cards cannot be committed to the... Oh no, I'm not committing another card to the skill test. I am playing an event. So that would mean I would be going with 2, 4 against a 4. I think I'm going to leave Watcher in my hand for another round. There's not a lot I can do there. Although I could use Cornered to boost. No, Cornered would boost me to 4. Then last chance would put me to 6. 6 against a 4. That's a little bit more doable. Go on, let's do it. Right, let's replay that. So I will play an event which gives a chosen enemy -1 evade. So that knocks his evade down to 4. I will use Cornered to discard a card from my hand to boost my skill by 2. So I'm now at a 4 on a 4. I will then play commit last chance. Now I only have 2 cards in my hand. It only loses 2 pips, so that boosts it by another 3. So I'm now at 7 against a 4. Is that right? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. This says I can only commit it if no other cards are committed. No other cards are actually committed. I'm using a free action and an event. So I'm going 7 on a 4. Why am I doing this in the upkeep phase? Let's rewind. And that's my first action planned out anyway. I think I was getting a little bit ahead of myself there. We have Doom first. 4 out of 6. And we have an encounter. Obscuring Fog. Attached to my location, it gets +2 Shroud. And after it's successfully investigated, I can discard it. Okay. Right, now let's do that action. I will use Cornered to discard Run for Your Life to boost my skill test by 2, so I will be evading at a 4. Let's do this in the right order. I'm going to play an event which lets me evade a chosen enemy. My chosen enemy is the Watcher. The Watcher loses 1 evade, so his evade is 4. I discard Run for Your Life on the Cornered's free action to boost me by 2. So now I am at a 4 on 4. And then I will commit Last Chance, which gives me 3 extra pips, so that's a 7 on a 4. 7 on a 4, +1. So I discard him. That saves me having to worry about attacks of opportunity, I guess. That's correct, isn't it? You may fight or evade while it's in your hand as if it were at your location, and if you succeed, you discard it. If you fail, you spawn it engaged with you. Okay. So that was action 1. Action 2. Desperate Search is going to do nothing for me. That shroud of that location has now gone to 5. I can investigate using head, but that's only a 4. I think I move. And given there's only one place to go, I will go to the catacombs. Action 3. Move. We reveal it. 2 shroud, no clues. Ignore the text on unrevealed locations adjacent to stone archways. Hang on a minute, I should have been spending clues to move into these locations, shouldn't I? So I've moved into 1, 2, 3, so I should have spent 3 clues. There we go. Hopefully that undoes any penalties you're going to give me. Right, so now in the stone archways, force, when it is revealed, put the topmost card to the right. But I can ignore the having to spend clues to move into it. So action 1 was sorting out the Watcher, action 2 was move, and I can now move into this catacombs for free basically, which I will. Let's reveal 2 clues. I've got that number right, haven't I? This was my starting location, that is still unrevealed, that is still unrevealed. I revealed 1, 2, 3, so yeah, that's the 3 clues I've moved. Okay, force, when Labyrinth of Bones is revealed, put the top 3 catacombs into play above, below and to the right. Oh, and because of that I should be discarding that. Let's make a bit more space. So we are talking above, in the order it says, below, and to the right. So this is one of the 5, so potentially is one of the locations we're looking for. Okay, no enemies in play. A bit lucky really. No enemies attack. Nothing to ready. Redraw. We get Say Your Prayers, another desperate card, now good. We have Perception. Patrice's Violin, which lets me choose and discard a card. I exhaust the violin and then I gain a resource or draw a card. Mists of Really, I never know how to say that, and St. Hubert's Key again. But I have no monies, but I have 1 now. So I can't even afford to play Patrice's Violin. I assume it takes a hand slot, yes. Right, Doom. We are now at 5 out of 6, so bad things will be happening very soon. In case you can't make those out, that side has got a big 2 on it. Encounter time. We get a ghoul minion. I told you I was being lucky about monsters, right? 2/2/2, so he's engaged with me straight away. Action 1. I have nothing on me for fighting. Do I? That I can't play anyway because I'm too sane. That's given me some books. I've got a wild card on the violin, but that will be better played. Mists of Really is about invading, and St. Hubert's Key improves my sanity. sorry, makes my sanity worse, which might, still won't even help. Right, okay, let's just have to do an ordinary fight then. I'm a fight of 2. I can use cornered to discard, so I'll discard Say Your Prayers to fight with a +2, so that's a 4 on a 2. Elder Sign. So that's 1 damage, and as a result of the Elder Sign, I may shuffle all but 1 card from my discard pile into my deck. I wonder what the 1 card from my discard pile is going to be. The rules about weaknesses, not being able to choose to discard them, only apply when they're in your hand, so I'm 90% sure I can do that. Leave the Watcher in my discard pile. Oops. And take the rest. All but 1 card from your discard pile into your deck. Okay. Second action, we fight again. I will use cornered this time to discard let's discard Perception. So boosting it by 2 again. 4 on a 2. -1. Ghoul minion is dead. That's 2 actions taken. Third action, let's get one of those investigates done because I'm really needing the cruisers now. So I'm investigating with a 4. I use 6th Sense to investigate using head, so yeah, 4 on a 2. And I will use cornered to commit, or do I want to get the violin in play? I can't now though because I haven't got enough resources. That's a shame. So I'll do 4 on a 2. I'll use cornered to boost it to 6 on a 2. 6 on a 2. 0. Wow. End of my turn. Thanks to the shadow behind me, I have to discard now rather than an upkeep. Enemies attack. No enemies in play. Nothing to ready. Redraw. We get Say Your Prayers, another desperate card. Last chance again. Another desperate card. Desperate Search. Ooh, Augur. I get a cat. And I get Unexpected Courage in the bagging area. And the resource. Doom goes to 6, so the agenda advances. Let's see what terrible things happen now. Oh, Spectre of Death spawn at the starting location. He has Hunter, he has Retaliate, and while he is exhausted, he takes 1 less damage from each attack made against it. And forced, if you fail a skill test while attempting to evade, it attacks you. So alert, basically. Before alert was a thing. Okay, now the fun begins. Well, I have to draw an encounter first, and I get the Pit Below. Right, revelation attached to your location. If there is no copy of the Pit Below attached, discard it and gain Surge. So the attached location gets +1 Shroud, and at the end of the round, each investigator at the attached location takes 3 damage. So that's a little unpleasant, I would say. So I think I need to investigate a move, don't I? So I'm stating the bleeding obvious. Okay, action 1. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when it comes for you? I am going to. Right, which of these cats was it? This is Augur. Augur is the investigate with a base of 5. Probably the least useful in my current situation because I can investigate with 4 anyway. That's 6 cents. Right, okay, well I'm just going to do an ordinary investigate I think. So I've got my cornered to boost, I've got unexpected baggage. So let's clean up this last clue. I will discard this to use cornered to boost it by 2. I'm investigating with 6th sense, so I'm investigating with a head of 4 plus 2 from cornered. And so that's 6 on a 3. Okay, I will now investigate using 6th sense, and I shall boost it using cornered by discarding that card. And we'll do a 6 on a 3, shall we say? 6 on a 3, and we get 0. So second action gets the last clue. Third action, get out of here. Right, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5. Let's go down there. Ooh, Shroud of 5. At the end of your turn at Shivering Pools, you must either take a direct damage or lose 5 resources. When it is revealed, put a location in play to the right or below. I suppose I should have gone that one, really. Why am I leaving it random now? Let's go right, because then these two have the potential of being locations we're after, and they are now adjacent. That ends my turn at the Shivering Pools. He's not had an enemy phase yet, has he? He only went into play at the start of this round when the agenda advanced, that's right. Okay, so that's my 3 actions spent. I am at Shivering Pools, so I take a direct damage. Hunter's move, so the Spectre of Death moves here. No enemies attack, nothing to ready. Oh, well, these should have gone at the end of my turn, thanks to the shadow. I'll put this here to make it more remind me. Nothing to ready. Redraw, I get Saint-Hubert's Key, Defiance, Mists of Really, Deny Existence, and Prophesy, which is next to useless now all the doom's gone. And I gain my resource. I nearly always forget that. I used to have that as a separate reminder on this tracker. Maybe it's time to reintroduce that. 1 doom. And an encounter gives me the Poltergeist. Cannot be damaged except by spell, relic, or encounter cards. This is a problem. I don't believe I have any spell damage available at the moment. So I suppose I could parley with him, can't I? Parley. I think I'm going to parley. I think I'm going to have to parley. Otherwise he's going to be horrifying me for a while. So let's do a parley, action 1, parley test on, so I can put a clue on there. A parley test on the poltergeist. Test head of 3, my head is 2. I will use cornered to discard St. Hubert's key to make it 4 on a 3. And we'll go 5 on a 3. 6 on a 3. 6 on a 3. -2. That's a pass. We deal it 1 damage. Action 2, we'll parley again. I will use cornered to drop Mists of Really. So I'm now doing 4, and then we'll add Defiance 5 on a 3. Less good, 5 on a 3. Fail. Okay. I'm getting horrid this turn. So that's 2 actions. My third action. I've got nothing I can discard. Is there any point in trying a parley of a 2 on a 3? Well, what's the worst could happen? There is a +1 in here. 2 on a 3. -3. No. It was worth a try. Right, on to enemy's move. He is now at the candlelit tunnels. He is coming for me. I need to get moving. Enemy's attack, so he deals me 2 horror. I'll put that to a 3. Nothing to ready. Redraw. We get Winging It. Hello, Jeff. We get Zeal. Zeal is fighty fight, okay. But I cannot fight the poltergeist. Reckless Assault, which almost starts to come into play. Perception and Improvised Weapon. Plenty of parley fodder there. If we Doom flips to 2 and our encounter is probably going to be another monster. It's probably the time of the game now where I get completely bogged down and can't do anything. Let's see. Okay, Spirit's Torment attached to your location. After you leave, you must take a horror or lose an action, or I can drop a clue here to discard it. So I'm not dropping a clue on a 5 shroud location. So that's my encounter. Action 1, let's parley with the poltergeist. So my base 2, using cornered, I shall discard Reckless Assault to boost it to 4. I am parleying with Book, so I will commit Perception to boost it to 6. So 6 on a 3. Elder Sign. 6 on a 3, so that's successful. That kills the poltergeist with my first action. It was an Elder Sign, so I can take all but 1 card from my discard pile back into my deck. Doing some mass shuffling here because I know we should shuffling. How are we doing for time? 54 minutes. Sorry, guys. I will find you. Right. So my first action there was parleying with the poltergeist. Second action, I need a victory point. Do I need a victory point? Do I care about victory points? I'm at the bottom of the league pretty much. Second action, I will probably need it when the Spectre of Death comes, so I'm going to pay 1 to bring Zeal to play. So I now have a cat. Hello, Puss. For my third action, do I try and investigate? I can investigate using head. Or I can investigate using winging it to reduce the shroud by 1. If I reduce the shroud by 1, that knocks it to 4, but my investigate is only 2, and I can use cornered to boost it to 4, so that will be a 4 and a 4. Or if I use Sixth Sense, I'm investigating with a 4, and I can use cornered to boost it to a 6, so it will be a 6. So 6 and a 5 versus a 4 and a 4. There's not really any. Yeah, let's investigate using Sixth Sense. I'll trigger cornered skill to discard that. Discard winging it. I'll put that at 90 degrees to remind me I can play it from my discard pile. So I'm doing a 6 on a 5. Zero. We have at least 1 victory point. That's my third action. Hunter enemy's move. He's getting closer. Oh, end of my go. I discard all of my cards thanks to the shadow. Nobody attacks. Nothing to ready. Redraw and a resource. Let's put the resource in now before I forget. We have Desperate Search, another Winging It, Guts, Prophecy, Prophesy, and Run for Your Life. So we have 2 desperate cards again, which I cannot play just yet. Doom, we go to 3 out of 12. And I draw an encounter card, which is a Corpse Dweller. We have no humanoids in play, so we discard and search. And we get a Corpse Dweller, so we discard and search. And we get a Ghoul Minion, so he is engaged with me. 2/2/2. Right, let's punch the Ghoul Minion. And I ended my turn at Shivering Pool, so I needed to take another direct horror. Hopefully I haven't missed one of those, but okay. Action 1, let's punch the minion. I will exhaust Zeal to fight with a base value of 5, so that's 5 on a 2. I will boost it with Prophesy because there are 3 Doom in play, so it gains a wild icon, so that's 2 wild icons, so that's 7 on a 2. Because I am 5 locations from the starting location, that's the worst thing now. So 5 on a 2, 7 on a 2, plus 1. 1 damage to the minion. Action 2, let's do it again. Only I've exhausted zeal this time, so I'm going to have to play cards, which I am. I'm going to struggle to do this now, aren't I? So my fight is 2. I will use Cornered to discard 1 of your life to make it 4. So 4 on a 2 for my second action. +1. Wow. Gorminion is dead, so that's 2 actions. And my third action, I need to move. So I will spend a clue to move into here. After I leave this location, I either take a horror or lose an action. I can't lose an action, so I have to take a horror. That puts me at 4, but at least my desperate cards will now trigger. Reveal this location. Ooh. Oh, it's another stone archways. Nice. Ignore text on. Right. And a new location goes to the right, to the right. I think I'm going to have to move these right up to the edge, aren't I? Because this is going to get very, very messy. I suspect that one's going to go to the right, I bet it is. So I am here, aren't I? I've just moved into the stone archways. We have no clues. Get rid of that dice because I'm not leaving it to chance anymore. We have 2 locations from the bottom 5 here, 1 here, 1 here. And that was one of them as well. So we are getting close to finding whatever it is we're supposed to be looking for, because I can't remember. And that was my third action, now wasn't it? It was 2 to deal with the ghoul and 1 to move. Right. Hunter enemies move. Spectre of Death comes here. Enemies attack. There is nobody in attack. Those should have been discarded thanks to thingy. Nothing to ready. Oh yes, zeal readies. Redraw. Oh, sorry, I need to make myself a little bit more space here. Right. We have unexpected baggage, hope, last chance, desperate search, deny existence. We have a doom, so that flips to 4 out of 12, and an encounter. Pit below again. Not such a problem with the shroud because there's no investigating to be done here, but if I stay here I will take 3 damage. I need to find out what's here, but if I go here he will be on me in the next turn, so I think my only option is to go here. So action 1, remove. Don't have to spend a clue because of stone archways. Another candlelit tunnels, which lets me examine. I don't know, take my own clues. So I can do a book test to read a sign to look. So I could have a peek at this one. So the 2 locations we're looking for are either there, there, or there. They're going to be there and there, aren't we? Because that's how this game works. Shall I do a book test to check that one out? Then at least I know whether I need to get closer to the monster or not. Because what I can do is, if it is somewhere we need to go, I wait here, it'll move down here, 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 or here, here, here's my choice because it's the same distance. So I'll send him down this way, which at least lets me go that way. And I should have placed locations in play, and I was correct, it is left and right. So let's squeeze up ever so slightly. Shuffle up, guys. Move around down the bus. So left and right, so only right. I think knowing that one is probably the most important at this stage, because it could be that, that, or that. So action 1, let's do the book test. I'm now at 4 horror, so I only have 3 remaining sanity, so I can use my desperate search. So on book is now 6 on a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 7 from the starting location, so skull is now a -5. I will use cornered to throw deny existence in as well to boost it by a further 2. So that's 6, 8 on a 3 book test to read an ancient sign. And this is only once per game, so it is a one-off. I didn't do it before. 8 on a 3, -2. So let's have a peek at this catacomb. I'm doing this right, aren't I? You may look at the revealed side of any catacomb's location in play. Tomb of Shadows. When this is revealed, advance to Act 1B. So that is where I need to be. Okay. I'm assuming I need to defeat the man in the pallid mask when he's spawned. He is 4 and 4. 4 fight, 4 evade. There's probably something else that adjusts that. I can fight with a 5 using Zeal. I don't think I've got I could put Hope into play to evade and use him for evasion instead. I think fight's probably better, who knows. So for my next, I need basically, I need a clue to explore that one. I need a clue to explore, to enter that one. So second action, shall I just grab clues? There's no point in picking up cards. Right, let's go for it. Investigate. I'm doing... Well, I don't need any more clues and it's not a victory location. Let's just go and have a look here and then come back, I think. So we'll spend a clue to move into this catacomb. Locked passage, that was the other location we needed. When you reveal blocked passage, take 2 damage. That puts me at 4 out of 7 on both now. And I cannot leave blocked passage this round, and it has a shroud of 7. I don't know why I did that, because that is the place we were looking for. Well, at least it puts me further away from the secret death. So I can't move. I'll take a resource, I guess. Right, sorry, I'm just going to have to pop out. Just give me 2 minutes, I just need to pop out. I'm taking my, let me get this right. 1, 2, taking my 3 actions, we're about to do Hunter. Back in a sec. I'm back, sorry about that. Right, so hunter enemies move. Let's bring the Spectre of Death this way. No attacks, nothing to ready, oh those should have gone. Thanks to that. Redraw, I get Saint Hubert's key. Ward of protection, drawing the sign. How does that work if I draw it now? Do I draw up to 5 and then discard down? I guess I draw up to 5 and then discard down. So, right, what am I doing this round? I've got to basically do 2 moves. Can't use improvised weapon in conjunction with zeal, so I think that has to go. I think I keep perception and ward of protection. I've got this right, haven't I? No, because Patrice's maximum hand size is reduced by 3, so her maximum hand size is already 5. This reduces it by another 5, so does that mean my hand size is 0? I think it does. I don't want to fact check, so I'm just going to make things worse for myself and say my hand size is 0, but I can't discard that. Can I? I have no idea how this works and I don't want to stop the stream just to Google it. Well, let's grim rule it anyway and say that my hand size is 0, but this has to stay in my hand. I don't think I ever noticed that Patrice's hand size was reduced before, but you're never going to get above 5 anyway. Okay, so I have no toys now. I can't use cornered. At least I can still use zeal for an odd fight if I need to. Right, doom, we're at 5 out of 12. Encounter card. This is going to be something. Oh yeah, it's a ghoul minion. Right, now it's going to get difficult because if I don't deal with this ghoul minion and escape, he's going to come this way and block my exit. I no longer have cards I can use. I can't get up there before he comes this way now. It will take me 2 actions to kill him, if I can kill him, because I can only use zeal once. Have I got a cat in my discard pile? I think I have evasion cat in my discard pile, don't I? I do have evasion cat in my discard pile. So, I think I discard Zeal to fight Ghoul Minion with an automatic success. I may then shuffle Zeal into my deck to put Hope or Augur in play from my discard pile. So I don't know if that means I have to pay for Hope. I don't know. I'm going to assume I have to pay for her. I don't know if I do. Zeal gets shuffled back into my deck, so it's not an infinite recycle. I really wanted to get rid of drawing the sign now, because I'm absolutely scuppered. So second action, I'm going to exhaust Hope to evade the Ghoul Minion with a 5. 5 on a 2. -3, that's a pass. So at least the Ghoul Minion is evaded here, and I will move 1. This is where I wish I read his track shoes. So that was my first action was fight, second action was evade, third action was move. Hunter enemies move, so he's now here, dangerously close. Nobody attacks. Hope readies. Redraw. There's no point, is there? Because I'll just go back down. Well, I suppose I still have to do the redraw because I'll be slowly exhausting my deck. I don't like this combination. This is not good. If he comes in and attacks me, 3, 4, yeah, but 4 of each, that's going to almost kill me unless I kill off Miss Doyle. Miss Doyle can take 1 of each at least. Ooh, this has suddenly gone bad. Get my resource anyway, don't forget that. Doom, we flip to 6 out of 12. Encounter. Eyes in the walls. Test head of 3. My head is 4. I cannot boost. Four on a 3. Skull is -5, so I have failed by 3. For each point I've failed by, take a horror. This is game over, isn't it? And the horror must be distributed as evenly as possible. I guess I give 1 to Miss Doyle and 2 to me. There's no way of evenly splitting 3 horror. I wonder if Shadow Behind Me would actually get rid of drawing the sign. It says you must discard all cards in your hand. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I can't see, that'd be too convenient. Right. Action 1. action 1, I move here. Spectre engages. Have I got any more cats in my discard pile? I don't think I do. I've only seen 2 out of the 3 so far. I don't. Right. So what I can do, I can discard Hope to automatically succeed on evading the Spectre. That is my second action. And my third action, spend a clue to move into the catacombs here. Forced. Reveal Act 1B. Rows of skulls chatter their teeth. Blah 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 blah. Spawn the set aside man in the pallid mask in Tomb of Shadows. If Ishimaru Haruko is not listed in VIP Slain, spawn her at the starting location. And if you've been following my campaign, I did not kill or interview anybody at the party, so everybody is coming after me in every mission. Act 2A. The path is barred. Shannon, tell us how to stop the path from opening. If the man in the pallid mask is defeated, advance. Or what is he trying to show us? Investigators in the tomb may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance. Can I just advance? Because I still have 2 clues. So I can either defeat him, which I will really struggle with, thanks to this. So the location gets +2 shroud, but instead of discovering clues, I defeat him. So it will be a 6 shroud. And while he is here, he gets +1 health and cannot be he cannot be defeated by that ability. So he has to be fought normally. But I have 2 clues. I don't think there's anything stopping me spending those 2 clues and advancing the act. Let's see. Spend clues to advance. Recognizing he poses no immediate danger, you study your surroundings. You take something from the fire, the shadows twist. Mark 2 doubt in your campaign log. Remove the man in the pallid mask from the game. Advance to Act 3A, leading the way. The shadows along the walls of the tomb begin to coalesce. The stranger beckons for you to follow and appears through the stone archway behind you. Ignore the forced ability on the blocked passage. Okay, that's good. And then we advance, so I've got to get to the blocked passage. This this might be doable. Because I've got this square here, so I may be able to dodge the Spectre. Okay, so I was here, I did move, evade, move. Then I used the player window to advance the act, so that's all my actions used up. Onto enemies move, they are both exhausted. Well, he would be ready actually, he would have been readied on the turn before. No enemies attack. He readies at this location. Patrice redraws. Let's do the redraw to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then discard them all. Gain a resource. Puts me to 5 resources that I have no way of spending. So I think what I do, I'll do them on the agenda. Getting ahead of myself. I'm getting excited. That puts us at 7 out of 12. And an encounter card. Please don't be an enemy. Obscuring fog. You alright? Attached location gets 2 shroud. I'm not investigating that location. Not now. I need to get out of the way of the Spectre of Death and then be able to leg it. Action 1. We move here. Oh, there's a pit. Oh, I can't do it. I can go 1, 2. So that's 2 actions. I was hoping to get rid of this, but never mind. That's 2 actions. Action 3. Maybe I should go there. At least it might give me something to do. Nah, whatever. Let's go there. Action 3. Well, let's say my first action was to investigate 2 moves. No, I can't. Investigate it 4 on a 4. Which was... What am I doing? Let's put now. I can't read. Let's pass. Third action pass. I'd already done those things anyway. Right. Hunter enemies move. He is going to come this way. Or shall I bring him this way? It doesn't really matter, does it? Which is the least dangerous route for me? 1, 2, 3. I would take 3 damage there. If he goes that way, let's try to go this way. I'll send him this way. I will go. Oh no, I'm getting ahead of myself again. Enemies attack, no one attacks. Ready cards, nothing to ready. Patrice, redraw. 1, 2, 3, 4. Discard them all. Doom goes to 8 out of 12. Encounter card. Shadow behind me. Limit 1 per investigator, so that just whiffs, doesn't it? It's not got surge or anything? No. I'm guessing because I can't discard that, this should really be stripping me of all my resources every turn, shouldn't it? Let's make it worse, why not? Action 1. I'm going to go 1, 2. Action 3. Let's say I look behind me. Hunter enemies move. I shall send him up here. Nobody attacks. Nothing to ready. Redraw. 1, 2, 3, 4. And discard. Doom. We're at 2, 4, 6, 9 out of 12. Encounter card. Oh, it would be. Oh, nearest unrevealed location. That'll do. He goes up there. And he doesn't have Hunter, so he's just going to stay there. Action 1, move. Action 2, action 3. Ooh, no. Oh. Action 2. I'm going to go on 1. Action 1, move. 2 and 3, discard, drawing a sign. Onto enemies move. Enemies attack, no one to attack. Ready cards, nothing to ready. Redraw, I can have a hand now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the resource. Doom. We owe it 10. Encounter. I suppose I could have just gone straight into there and advanced, couldn't I? I was thinking he was going to hit me. Well, we'll play it out. This could be what kills me. Nearest unrevealed location. Excellent. So that's still there. Action 1. Move. Oh no, that's the pit below. I should have taken 3 damage there. Oh, so near and so close. Can I backpedal? Because on that previous round, I was going to move into there, but I didn't because I assumed he was going to hit me. But he wouldn't hit me because it would have still have been in the player phase, which meant I could have just advanced the act. Hopefully my scorers will think that was fair. Because I would have gone 1, 2, 3. I suppose I've revealed unknown information. Not that I've used it. Look, I've either died or you're going to let me succeed. What do you reckon? If I die, so I was here, I would have gone 1, 2, 3. He would have engaged me, but I would have advanced straight away. I chose not to. I chose to move here with 1 action and spend 2 actions to get rid of drawing the sign. There were both of my weaknesses were already in my discard, if I remember right. Oh no, there's also the Lost Souls was in there as well, so I suppose if we're playing it by league rules specifically, I have to accept how I played it, and I played it stupidly. I'm really upset about that. Wait a minute. It doesn't kill me. It doesn't kill me. It's 3 damage. I'm only at 4. I was thinking of horror. Doyle's got 2. I can kill off Doyle and take 1 there. That puts me on 5 out of 7. So I survived the end of the last turn despite my stupidity. So now I go action 1, move, action 2, move. He engages, but I advance the act. I ignore the forced ability according to this. Following the stranger's lead, you take a circuitous route, blah 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 blah. Stranger stands nearby. What now? He holds a skull. Floor begins to collapse. The stranger bows, fall backwards into the pit. Wait, you call out. With the pit growing and threatening to swallow the catacombs entirely, you have no choice but to follow him. R2. Patrice has survived. Wow. Well, I was fighting against my own stupidity in that game, wasn't I? But I think that worked. Hopefully my mistakes weren't too bad. Come on, engage. Right, resolution 2. You fall ceaselessly through the empty abyss. No air slows your descent or courses through your hair. It is a passageway devoid of reality. Finally, you pass through an invisible gateway and enter another realm. Looming above and below you are 2 skylines, one a warped reflection of the other. A vortex swirling of black clouds and crashing waves lies in between them. You study both sides, the familiar city and its strange mirror. Could this be a path to Carcosa? A passageway between realities where realms converge? If so, all that is left is to find where this gate appears on Earth. You fall into the vortex below. You are shaken awake by a police officer and lifted to your feet. You feel as though the weight of a train has slammed into your head. The pain is unbearable. The man shines a flashlight in your eyes and asks you several questions in French. Your eyes widen with the realization, and you wrest your arm free from the confused man's grip. I have to go at once. In your campaign log, record you know the site of the gate. Add 2 tally marks under chasing the stranger. I've got a few things to record here, haven't I? I need to add 2 doubt, I think it was. Yeah, mark 2 doubt in the campaign log. I need to add 2 tally marks under chasing the stranger. I remove my elder things and add 2 tablets, and then I get my victory points, which are very few. I get, oh, she should have probably moved a couple of times, but she wouldn't have got to me. I think my victory points are 0. Oh, 1. 1. Is that it? 1 measly victory point. 1 measly victory point. I am really crawling through this campaign, aren't I? Okay, well there we go. 1 victory point, resolution 2. Patrice made her way through the catacombs. Escaped relatively unscathed, although I wasn't sure for a minute or 5. I do apologise for my scorers having a 1 hour 40 stream. Thank you for watching, and we shall see you in 2 weeks for the next one. Thanks again. Bye bye.